Well, parents around the state are getting ready to find out what school will look like this coming fall. The Oregon Department of Education will be releasing guidelines for districts next week for schools to open safely. Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez explains what's in the works.
Nothing's official yet, but discussions have been going on this week and presentations made to the legislature that shed some light on what this might look like. In a presentation made to the Senate Education Committee on Tuesday, preliminary guidance from the Department of Education suggested schools would be required to protect vulnerable populations, screen students and employees for symptoms and history of exposure, and maintain social distancing. In written testimony, the director of the Confederacy of Oregon School Administrators said districts have been making plans to serve students in person, online, and through a hybrid of in-person and distance learning.
Particularly for the older students, they could have contact with their community, the school community, check in with their teacher, and then do work away from campus. Younger grades, it's much harder to do that distance learning, and we've heard a lot from parents, teachers, and other folks. And so the idea of bringing them to on-site, to be at school for on-site instruction is the goal.
That's Otto Schell, the legislative director for the Parent Teacher Association, who's been involved in these discussions. He says distancing in particular looks like a challenge, especially for bigger schools, which might need to get creative to make that happen. The suggested guidance from ODE also includes assurances that buildings will be regularly cleaned and sanitized and that the air in those buildings will circulate properly. We'll know more about the department's guidelines officially next week. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.